Hi everybody and welcome to the first of our Wikimedia UK Sandbox Sessions. I am delighted to introduce Josef. Josef Anthony is a Wikimedia volunteer and contributor with experience in Wikidata, Wikipedia and technical projects within the Wikimedia movement. And I'll hand over to you now. Thanks.
Awesome. Thanks, Sarah, for the awesome introduction. Hi, everyone. Once again, my name is Joseph. I'm so excited to be here amongst you guys. And today we shall be exploring a little gem of a tool called Duplicity. So give me a moment while I share my slide, okay? Thank you once again for joining. Okay, sharing now. So can you all see my slide? Okay, awesome.
Yes, we can.
So today, like I said, we are going to explore a little gem of a tool which is called Duplicity. All right. So if this is your first time knowing Duplicity, or if this happens to be your first time trying to link a Wikipedia articles to Wikidata or creating a missing Wikidata items, do not worry. Today, you shall get to know about how to use Duplicity and also how to link a Wikipedia articles to Wikidata items, okay? And we're promising you that you will leave here today with a sense of contribution. So just to start off, as we all know, Wikipedia tells us stories, while Wikidata stores facts. So today we are going to be linking those stories to facts with Duplicity. So what is this Duplicity? So think of Duplicity as a matchmaker for both Wikipedia and Wikidata that is helping lonely articles to find their perfect match. So that's how basically the tools works. It helps you link an article to Wikidata, and if that Wikidata item doesn't exist, it helps you to create those articles. So let me move to the next slide. So I'll throw a question to us. Have you ever found a Wikipedia article but no Wikidata items? If you have, please, can you just identify in the comment section? Like you search for a Wikipedia articles and when you go on Wikidata, you couldn't find it. Okay, let me be seeing this. Oh, awesome. So in my case, I'm going to demo that. Let's say, oh, give me a moment, please. Let's say, for instance, now I want to search for Anna Foster on Wikipedia and also search her on Wikidata. So on Wikipedia, I search for Anna Foster. So today we'll be doing more of, because this is a practical section and it promised to be interesting, so we'll be doing more of demonstration. So when you search for this article on Wikipedia, we tend to see this very article on Wikipedia. So when you visit Wikidata, still searching the same article,
You are muted, though. You are muted.
Oh, yeah, Joseph, you're currently on mute.
oh, can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can. Thank you.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. So like I said, have you ever found an article on Wikipedia and you search for that very article on Wikidata and you couldn't find it? So I'm trying to demonstrate that. So we searched for Anna Foster on Wikipedia and we discovered that, okay, this awesome article exists on Wikipedia. And we'll go on to Wikidata to search for this said article, for this said lady, Anna Foster, and we couldn't find that information. So this is where Duplicity comes in. Duplicity helps you to search It scans Wikipedia articles that doesn't exist on Wikidata and offers to either create them or link that article together. So now, as you see, we can't find her. So so one more thing, Duplicity unlink invisible tools and data users in the sense that when you search for, let's search for Martin Green on Duplicity. Now we can see that this very article exists on Wikipedia. When you go on Wikidata, search for this said article, this said Miss item. Now we have a Martin Green. Now we can see that we have a Martin Green, but now Wikidata doesn't actually recognize Martin Green as Martin Green producer. Because why? They are not linked together. So that brings us to why we need duplicity. It helps us in matching those items together. So now, what is duplicity? Duplicity is a tool and it helps you to connect Wikipedia articles to Wikidata items. It finds articles that are linked. It finds articles without a link with the data item and tries to match that article and link them together. Now, let me demonstrate something to you that might interest you. So we'll have a tool which is called Paulina. This is a tool. Now, I want to bring us to where we need duplicity in linking articles to Wikidata. So when you search for Paulina is just a simple search tool which discovers works of authors and also tends to give you more details about that author. So when you search for this Anna Foster on Paulina, so you can see it doesn't recognize Anna Foster. Why? Because this is not linked to Wikidata. That's why it doesn't find information about Anna Foster. So why do we need duplicity? Because it improves data connection between Wikipedia and Wikidata, and it also helps across languages. It also boosts reuse in apps and research. So that is the importance of duplicity. So your take home today is we should be able to link at least some articles from some articles to Wikidata so they can have that connectivity, that connections. So because it helps across languages. So now, how does duplicity works? Duplicity selects, it scans articles without Wikidata items, okay, and it decides to link those articles together. So that's just what the tool is all about. So what are the best practices of using duplicity? You check for that existing items before creating it. If the item exists, you don't create it because it causes duplicates. So, and also, once there's an item exists on duplicity, all you have to do is to improve that item and put it in mind that ensure that you avoid duplicate entries in linking and articles to Wikidata. So call to action. I'll be dropping off the link on the comment section so we can all code along. Hi, Sarah, can you hear me?
Yes, I can indeed.
Yeah, could you help me share the link?
Yes, absolutely, no problem at all. Give me 2 seconds.
Okay, that's awesome. So after now, I'll be demonstrating to us how to actually link a Wikipedia articles to Wikidata, or we create them.
There we go. That's that in the chat.
Okay, awesome. So we are here in the tool. So this is Duplicity. Like I said, Duplicity helps you scan an article that doesn't have a Wikidata items, and it gives you options to either create that item, or you improve it, or you tend to link that item. So how to use the Duplicity? All you have to do is to look for your available wikis. We can all see our available wikis here. And of course, I use English Wikipedia. So when you scan, when you go down, you go down. So on the left-hand side, you tend to see the available wikis. So these are the available wikis. And Duplicity is telling you that, okay, on English Wikipedia, we have 6,269 missing and articles that are not linked to Wikidata. So what the Duplicity helps you to do is to help you to link that article to a Wikidata. It helps you scan. If there is no Wikidata item for that said article, it gives you an offer to either create them or improve the article. Now let's try Duplicity. If you are with your system, you can just follow along. So you check. So Duplicity tells you that there is an article on Wikipedia. On the left-hand side, which is here, is the Wikipedia aspect. On the right-hand side is the Wikidata container. So all you have to do, it's telling you now that now Hepta NATO is a Wikipedia. It's a Wikipedia article that has some matches of Wikidata. But let me just skip. You can tend to skip. On the left-hand side, you have skip. If this article doesn't interest you to improve, you can always want to skip. Oh, sorry, I don't think I'm on English Wikipedia. I'll have to go back.
Yeah, I think you're on the next one down. You're on EU.
Oh, I see. I'm trying to waste time because we just have 1 hour for this section. So you can do it to explore about the tool after the section. So how to use the Duplicity? First, you look for the wiki you are most comfortable with. Like I edit on English Wikipedia, so it tells you that, okay, this is English Wikipedia. It has 6,269 Wikidata items that are missing, that are not linked to Wikipedia. So all you have to do is to click on to check the random articles. So when you click on the random article, it tells you that, okay, there's an article called Kamatam without a Wikidata item. So it's not left for you to create this item because it's telling you that, okay, this article exists, but it's not on Wikidata, and we can get to prove that. So when you, let me copy this and search for this article on Wikidata. So we can see that that said article is on Wikipedia, but it doesn't have a connected Wikidata item. So all you have to do now is to go on to create the item on Wikipedia and on Wikidata, and for you to be able to create this very item on Wikidata, all you have to do is to click on this new item. When you click on it, it takes you to Wikidata and instructs you to create this very item. Remember, this item is not yet on Wikidata. We are just trying to create it. So all you have to do, you can go on to write a description about this item. Let me go on Wikipedia, search. Oh, no. Sorry. So I can search for that same item. show this item. Okay, let me be sure if that's the item. Okay, it has skipped, so you can still go on to search for that item using duplicity. So I'm trying to see which item we're trying to improve. Okay, yes, this is the item we are trying to improve. So you take that item back to Wikidata and okay. So you can tend to improve this item by writing some description, or you just go on to create it. So once created, you can, now it's telling you that, okay, this item, because you created it from duplicity, so it is automatically linked to duplicity. So when you go down to Wikipedia, you see that this said item is now created and linked to duplicity. So once you click on it, it takes you to the article on Wikipedia. So now duplicity is telling you that, okay, now I've created this item and it is linked. And how to know that this item is actually linked to Wikidata, we can get to see it here. Wikidata, this item is being linked to Wikidata. You can see it on this side that this item is linked to. So when you click on it, it takes you to Wikidata. So going back to the duplicity, so let's try to search for, okay, yes, it has brought out this syphilis and marriage. It's telling you that, okay, there is an article on Wikipedia that is not linked to Wikidata, and it offers you some possible matches. So it's now left for you to a kind of go through all this and decide which one is right for this very article, and you tend to link them together. Why do we link an article to Wikidata? Is because it helps in that connection. We can get to reuse it in apps and all that. So on Wikidata, we can get to improve on this item. Can get, okay, syphilis marriage is a collection of, let me write the description. So duplicity is a magical tool that just helps you can just create an item easily using duplicity. So once you improve this said information, you have to vet that, oh, hope this very article is what is displayed here. If it is not, it offers you to create a new item. So now if you want to link this very article, let's say you improved this information from the article. All you just need to do, in order for you to link it, you come here, add to the QID, add to QID. And when you clicked on it, it linked that very article. I want to go back to be sure of article we just linked. So this was the article we just linked, right? Okay. So when we search for this article on Wikidata, we'll find out that, okay, actually, this article exists now on Wikidata. So this is the article we linked. So when you go down, it tells you that we've linked this article to Wikipedia. So now this article is well linked to Wikipedia. So you go on, you can choose to skip, If the article does not interest you, you can always skip. Now, let's note something, please. Let's note something. I call this a magical tool because it helps you connect both Wikipedia to Wikidata easily, and also offers to create you a new item. So on English Wikipedia, we can see that initially we were having this is 6,029 articles. Now it has reduced to 6,258. So I'll just demo one. Note it, we are having 6,058. Let's try to create an article using Duplicity, and you see that, okay, this article doesn't interest me. So always keep, if an article doesn't interest you, always keep. So now Duplicity now is telling you that, okay, we have an article, Yang, okay, and also known as Greater Yang, and it offers you some possible matches on Wikidata. So it offers, should you create this item afresh, or if it exists, could you just link it to that said article? So we have to be sure that it's that very article. So Taiyang, we have a Taiyang song. Of course, this year, okay, we have one. So you can just research, say human. So we can see that there's this Wikidata item doesn't fit this said article. So we can offer to create it. You can just say new. Can go on to improve the information and create it. When you come to Taiyang now, it tells you that this is linked to Wikipedia. So when you come down, you then see it. So that's actually how you linked an article to Wikidata item. Other thing, I need to say, okay, let me go back to the slide. I want to explain to us the advantages of linking an article to Wikidata. So when you come to a tool like Duplicity, when you search for this very article, it tells you that, okay, on English Wikipedia, this is known as Martin Green producer, but it doesn't recognize it on Wikidata as producer. So when you click on it, it tells you that, okay, this tool now helps you. It tells you that, okay, this article only has a content in Wikidata, but it's not displaying Wikipedia here. So in order for us now to link this very article to Wikipedia, so when you go on a tool like this, it tends to recognize both Wikipedia and Wikidata, that this very article is linked. So all you have to do now is to come to Wikidata, search for this very article. Remember, I'm trying to, it doesn't recognize it. It doesn't recognize it on Wikidata as Martin Green bracket producer. Now, it's only recognizing it at Martin Green here. So once you linked this very article, let's say I linked it manually. This is how you linked an article. Manually, you linked it, you include the name. Now we are linking this article, this Wikidata item to the article on Wikipedia. So when you link it now, so this is linked. So when you come here now, a tool like Duplicity, and you refresh. Let me search for this. That's one thing, right? Let me be sure that this is properly linked. My game producer. Okay. It's linked. Now we can see that that same article is linked. It's now displaying both, it's on Wikidata and Wikipedia. So these are one of the advantages of linking an article to Wikipedia using Duplicity. So I'll demo one on how to create an article. So if any of you have a question, you can ask. So Duplicity is telling us that, and we have an Androvic on an article Androvic on Wikipedia with a missing Wikidata item. So, and it offers you some matches for you to be able to link. So we can see this name doesn't correlate, and there's no name that correlates to this. So all we have to do, okay, there's an Angelique here. There's an Angelique here, multiple family name. Okay, it's a surname, notable people with the surname. No. This article doesn't make sense. You can skip, you can always skip. Okay, there's an ultra. There's an article ultra without a link to the Wikidata item. It offers you some possible matches. And okay, since there's no name or no Wikidata items correlate to it, then you can go on to create this and also improve on it. So at this junction, I would like to pause to ask if there's any question or clarifications on this. I'm trying to speed up time because of our time, because this promises to be a practical section. So I'm assuming some of us are with our system trying to create a missing item also using Duplicity. So if you have a question, please feel free and ask. So if there are no questions, I'll go on to run. Okay, if there are no questions, I'll go on again to run the tool. So this tool basically helps you scan Wikipedia articles with without a Wikidata items and try to help you match those articles and the item together. And why do we need it? It's because it helps for data reuse, it helps for data connectivity, and it helps to improve the connection between Wikipedia and Wikidata. So basically, for you to be able to link an article to a Wikidata item, all you have to do is to visit Duplicity. Once you are in Duplicity, you look for your wiki, your most interested wiki. Like me, I edit on English Wikipedia. So, okay, someone is raising his hand.
It was me raising my hand. It's just to say we had a question in the chat.
Okay,
Morgan is asking, he's saying thank you so much for everything so far. The question is about this tool helping across languages. Could you talk a little about how it helps across languages?
Okay, great. Yeah, this tool helps across languages in the sense that I'm going to cite an example using, okay, let me cite an example using Mohamed Salah. Sorry, I'm a Liverpool fan, so I like referring to football. So now we have we have a Wikidata item called Mohamed Salah, and how duplicity helps in languages is, have you ever been to a library and you discover an interesting book, very brilliant book on the library without a catalog? You can see that you get to see that book, but the world doesn't know that book. That's how duplicity works. So on Mohamed Salah, on the languages, when you scroll down to read about the item, Mohamed Salah as an item, you can see how linking an article helps in languages. So you can see. Now we have an article, Mohammed. We have an article, Mohamed Salah, on English Wikipedia. And remember, we have so many wikis. We have the French wiki, we have the Spanish wiki, and so on. Imagine now you have this, and remember, on Wikidata, you can only have one item. So now, this is English Wikipedia. So when you come to Wikidata, you can see that on the Wikipedia aspect, we have different languages with Mohamed Salah. So when you click on, this is how it helps languages. When you click on English Wikipedia, it takes you to English Wikipedia about Mohamed Salah. When let's say we go back, you click on, let's say, French wiki. So this is French wiki about Mohamed Salah. It takes you. So you can get to link various languages to just one Wikidata item, and that's how it helps in languages. I don't know if if your question was answered. So basically, an item can host various languages, and you can just get to link them easily to those articles. So that's the essence of duplicity. It helps you link a lonely article to a perfect Wikidata match. So is there another question? Okay, I will demo this again. All you have to do is scan for your available wikis. We have various wikis. So I'm more comfortable with English and Wikipedia, as I always say. Now it has reduced to, because we've improved so many items, all you have to do is check on the random items. It's like a magic tool. It helps you just scan and gives you possible matches. Now, duplicity is telling you that, okay, we have this digital initiative private offering. It's an article on Wikipedia without a Wikidata item, and it offers you to create that very item. So now this exists on English Wikipedia. Let me demo that. You can see we have this article on English Wikipedia. You come to Wikidata now and search for that very article. You won't find it. It doesn't exist. So duplicity offers you an options to create that said article. And all you have to do is to go back to duplicity. Since there is no matching item to the said article, all you have to do is to create a new item. On the left-hand corner, you see new item. Once you click on it, it offers you to create that item. So all you have to do now is create this said item. And when you come back to Wikidata and search for that very item, you see that, let me refresh. Search. And I see that this item already exists. This is what we created from Duplicity, and it exists and it's linked. So once you click on, you can see that it's linked together. So that's how Duplicity works. So you can always skip for the next item. So Duplicity is telling you that, okay, there's an article through Food Kitchen, an American restaurant chain. Remember, it offers you some possible match. Okay, now Duplicity is telling us that, okay, there's an item matching this very article, which makes sense. True Food Kitchen, restaurant chain in the United States and American. So if this fits right with you in the United States, let me see. Okay, cool. So we can see that, okay, now this makes sense. Duplicity is telling you that there's an item of this article, but they are not linked. How? You can search for this on Wikipedia, on Wikidata. I come to Wikidata. I'm trying to waste time. I come to Wikidata, okay. There's actually an item. So you can see this item exists on Wikidata, but that's the item, but it's not linked. You can see that it's not linked. So this is what Duplicity is telling you. Okay, I have this article and I have a matching item, but this item is not recognized. They are not linked together. So it offers you to either you improve on it and also link the article, that item together, sorry. So when you come here, all you have to do is either now we can see on Wikidata is not linked. So let me try to link it on Duplicity. In order for you to link it, you just add the QID. Now this is linked. I come back to the item on Wikidata. Now we can see that this article is linked, and all you have to do, you can just click on it. This item is linked, it takes you to the article. You scroll down, you can see that, okay, now this is linked to the Wikidata. So you can see that Duplicity is a magical tool, an awesome tool, which helps you link an article to Wikidata. So please, is there questions? Remember, this is a supposed practical section. So if there's any question or if there's any clarification, you can always keep.
We've had lots of lovely comments with people really loving the tool, Joseph, and there's a few people who've been working away as you've been speaking. So I can see that Ian's created 14 links already. Kieran's also been doing similar. So yeah, brilliant.
Oh, awesome. I'm glad. So all we have to do well to visit the tool. The tool is user-friendly, very easy. You can just easily create an item and also link that item together. Like I always say, see Duplicity as a matchmaker. You get, and helping lonely articles to find their perfect data match. Just like our dating app where you just log in and you see possible matches. That's how Duplicity works. And why does it makes sense to link an article to Wikidata for data reuse, for tools like we just demo tools like Paulina, which help. This is a GLAM tool, and it helps in finding authors and their works. So we can see that initially when we search for this Martin Green on Wikidata, it only gives us a Wikidata link to the item, but on Wikipedia it wasn't there until we linked it. So that's the one function of the tool, and it's super easy. Once again, you come, Look for your favorite wiki. I hope I'm not too fast. I'm trying to waste time. Okay. You look for your favorite wiki. Check for random article. Duplicity is telling you that St. Paul's Church, Bledlow Ridge, has a matching item, which is Church of St. Paul. All you have to do is to read about it. Does this article correlate with the Wikidata item? If it does, then link them together. Allow them to date. So, okay, it makes sense. We can see. Then you scroll down, you ensure that this is properly the item. So it is the item. Remember, look at the QID, ensure that this is the QID. Then all you have to do, remember, if you search for this, now on Wikidata, it is known as Church of St. Paul, while on Wikipedia, it's known as St. Paul's Church, Bledlow Ridge. So that is the confusion. When you search for this now on Wikidata, you won't find that information. So Duplicity brought this, but they are not linked. So of course, it's not recognized. It's not recognized. So when you search for this name on Wikipedia, trust me, you won't find it on Wikipedia because Wikipedia doesn't recognize it as Church of St. Paul. So let's search for it on Wikipedia. It's not recognized because they are not linked. But when you search for this on Wikipedia, you can see here, we can see that on the project aspect, there's no link, it's not linked to Wikidata. And on Wikidata, when you search for this article, this corresponding Wikidata item is not linked. So Duplicity helps you look for that perfect match and try to link them. So all you have to do is click on add. So once you add, Duplicity helps you link that article to the Wikidata item. So let's come to church. You can see that when you refresh, now we can see that that said article that is St. Paul's Church is now linked to Church of St. Paul, which makes sense. So when you click, you go. They are now linked together. When you refresh, you can see that, okay, we now have a Wikidata item that is linked to this. So this is 5:50. I was just trying to rush so we could answer some questions and some clarifications. Please, if you have any question, you have any clarification, please feel free to shoot. We just have 10 minutes to go.
Yeah, Joseph, we've got one question in the chat, and then we've got a question from Dave. The question is the chat about the video. So that is from Ezra. Ezra, I'll be sharing the video once it's been uploaded onto our website, so I'll email everybody about that. And Ezra's other question, if there is a cross-language checking tool, how do I translate a Wikipedia article from one language to the other, for example, from English to Chinese? I do know the answer to that, but I'll pass over to Joseph because Joseph would like to answer that.
No, go ahead. Go ahead, please.
No worries. So yes, Ezra, there is a content translation tool, which you can get in. I think it's in Accent. In fact, yeah, in your main Wikipedia menu, you should be able to see something that's start translations. But you do need to have quite a few edits on Wikipedia before you're allowed to do that. But there is a content translation tool if you MediaWiki. Yeah, there we go. There is a content translation tool that you can use. I'll find the link and I'll drop that in. And we have a question from Dave. Dave, would you like to unmute and ask your question?
Okay, good evening, everyone. Mine is not actually a question. Though I kind of like the two. The two is nice, it's good. And I noticed that when you search for an article on Wikipedia, and that article is not on Wikidata, when you click on create the item on Wikidata, it tends to like transfer some of the data from Wikipedia to Wikidata, which is awesome. And you don't really need to do much edit on that particular item. That's what I noticed so far from the two, and it's been amazing. Thank you so much.
Yeah, awesome. And like I say, it's a magical tool. Like you can easily just create an item. You can easily just link an item. It's just a tool that helps you to find that perfect match and you link them together. And most importantly, it's most valuable in tools, in researching and all that. You can easily just on one item you can get to research on so many wikis of that item, like I demonstrated to us for Muhammad Salah. Just can you all see my screen? Just like Muhammad Salah now this is just an item of Muhammad Salah on Wikidata. Now you can get to link this very item to so many wikis. You can see different languages of this said item, or this item. You can link it to so many. So that's the advantage of linking articles to Wikidata. And with Duplicity, it just made it very easy. All you have to do is now this tells you that, okay, there's an article on Wikipedia without a Wikidata item. If there's no information on this container, it just tells you that, okay, there's no item of this article. So all you have to do, just to be sure, you go on Wikidata to search for that item. I have some Wikidata. Search for that item to be sure it's not there. Now that item doesn't exist. Duplicity offers you to create that item. All you have to do. The advantage of you creating an item on Duplicity is because once you create an item on Duplicity, it just linked it directly. But if you create an item on the Wikidata, it doesn't. You will have to link it together. But Duplicity is just a two-way street. So all you have to do, new item. You can tend to improve on it. You create. Now with Duplicity, it has linked that item automatically. So that's the most interesting thing about it too. So we just have 5 minutes left. Are there questions?
I don't see any other questions in the chat. I see a lot of enthusiasm, but yeah, lots of people really liking it and think that this should be more widely publicized.
Yeah, sure. It's just an awesome thing.
Yeah,
Just an awesome
totally
thing.
agree. Brilliant. Thank you so much, Joseph. Thanks you so much for sharing this with us.
Welcome.
Wonderful. Yeah, fantastic. Do you have any more to share, Joseph, or shall we bring the session to a close?
Okay, I think I should just demo it for the very last time again. so people can get to understand the tool more. So Duplicity is just a matchmaker for Wikipedia articles to Wikidata and helping Wikidata articles finding their perfect match. So all you have to do on Duplicity, you look for your available wikis that you edit on. And remember, Wikipedia tells us story, okay, and it presents its information in an articulated format, while Wikidata stores facts and it presents its information in a structured format. That's the difference between Wikipedia and Wikidata. Now, in order for us to link the story to a fact, that's where Duplicity comes in. Okay, now we have a story about somebody and want to link it to a fact. So you come to Duplicity and it helps you do that. So you come, look for your comfortable wiki, like mine is English Wikipedia. Now we've reduced this. Initially it was 6,269. Now we've actually linked so many items. That means we really did an awesome job. So all you have to do, click on check articles. Duplicity now tells you that there's an article called Good American Speech, and Duplicity helps you gives you some match. It tells you, okay, there's one match, mid-Atlantic accent. Do you mean they correlate? So it's not left for you to check. Okay, does this article fit this item? Intending to blend together the standard speech. It gives you another match. Okay, we can see that these articles should be matched with this. So that's what Duplicity does. It gives you matches that all you have to do, you can just easily match that article to a Wikidata item. And now all you have to, in order for you to link this article to this Wikidata item, you just add it. Just click on add. So when you come to search on this article on English Wikipedia, you will discover that this article is not actually linked to any Wikidata item. It's not linked, this story doesn't link to that fact, to any fact. So you can see it's not linked to any fact. There's nothing backing up this story. So and in order to do that, you come to Duplicity, you link them together by adding this. So it's added, you come, you refresh. Now, it's telling you now this story is now backed with this. This is the fact. Remember, Wikipedia, it's an online encyclopedia which presents its information in an articulated format, a story. But Wikidata is just a knowledge graph, which presents its information in a structured format, just like your database. Now it's telling you that this is the structured data for this article we linked together.
Joseph, we've got one question in the chat. Using this tool, will our edits still count?
Yeah, sure. This is just like you making edits. Now this counts on me because I'm actually editing. Okay, that brings me to that question. That question actually is interesting. So let me look for an article on. Now with Duplicity, it's telling you now there's an article. It offers you some possible matches. So all you have to do from Duplicity, you can tend to improve this article. You see, there's input boxes for you to improve this article. So all you have to do now is to read more about it and improve on the article and so on. Then when you are done, all you have to do is click on add, and it links that Wikipedia article to the Wikidata item, and it counts your edit. So this is 6, and we promises to stop on time. So are there any other questions, please?
Thanks so much, Joseph. Thanks so much for sharing that. Really appreciate it. There's been lovely comments in the chat. So yeah, everyone seems to be really enthusiastic. And thank you so much for sharing. I have put a link in the chat as well if folks would like to hear more from Wikimedia UK. If you'd like to hear more about sessions just like this that Joseph's been running, please do just drop your details in there. It's just a little Google form and we'll add you to our mailing list. But yeah, I'd like to invite everyone to give a big digital round of applause to Joseph. Thank you so much for sharing. This was a great session, and yeah, we really appreciate it.